Okay. According to Zoom, we're live in YouTube. Oh my gosh. I just looked at the clock up there. It said 11:15, but my phone says 11:11. Okay. And so does my computer. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Sheila Karuna. Welcome to this is actually Sassy Seer Sheila. I'm going live on Sassy Seer Sheila today. Um, and I am recording it. Yes. Okay. Yes. And it will appear on New Light Streaming Love. If you're watching it there, it is the replay. And I'm hoping to spend a little time today trying to remind myself of how to connect my Conscious Conversation Central Rumble channel to my YouTube channel so that every video that is over here automatically goes over there. But it's been several years. Actually, I had Conscious Conversation Central set up to do that. Well, I don't know that it actually ever was. I think I didn't do that until it became Corona Rising after I was originally taken down from YouTube. So it's been 4 years. And so I need to try to figure out how to do that again. And I'm not the most tech savvy person, but I highly recommend that you all subscribe over there too, because there are some things that there was one video that I recorded yesterday that I made the decision not to upload to New Light Streaming Love. New Light Streaming Love is not really my channel. It is a collaborative channel. You see me the most over there right now because Crystal is recovering from spinal surgery, and Lisa is in full-on detoxing mode with finally learning what she's got going on, which is 4 overlapping. So far, they've been telling her 4 overlapping autoimmune situations. So, she's in the midst of dealing with all of that. And she's been in and out of the hospital 17, not 17, 7. What made me say 17? 7 times since the first of the year. That's very interesting. Why did I say 17? Huh. Okay. Well, that's kind of interesting to me on a lot of levels. There's an awful lot of stuff going on around me right now that I cannot explain. I just cannot explain. Okay, so this is the way telepathy works. In my view, it's what I have been noticing, right? And we've been experimenting and noticing and calling it out to each other for years now. There is someone that is hanging around in my field. Someone that I know that I haven't spoken to in years has been hanging around in my field. They've not contacted me. I don't know if they're watching from afar. They might be because, I'm out here on the internet. But they're hanging around in my field. And now they've begun to show up in other people's fields as well. And so this is a message to that being. Don't be out there in the field. Go ahead and contact me. I love everyone, even those that have gone away for whatever reason that they feel they need to go away. But that doesn't mean that I don't love you still and that you wouldn't be welcomed back with open arms, because I never sent anyone away. They went away on their own. And so, wow, I don't know what made me say all that, but it's not just that, because like I said, there's a lot of different things happening, and just odd little occurrences. Here's an answer as to why. This is the Unity card. This is in the fairy realm. It is the precursor from void into fairy, right? Which comes from, in the thinking of how things work, it's like coming from the void into the moving through the realm of okay, so pre-matter template comes to mind, right? Thought, a feeling, an idea. That's what the Unity card represents. We are all one and yet singular in nature, in my view, the way it keeps being shown to me, that we are all one being. There's really only one of us here. The only thing that separates us are these vessels and the time we've spent inside them, and the experiences we've had while in them. That's really the only private time that you have, that no one but your larger, more expansive self has been privy to or part of. And so, wow, that's very interesting to me that card come out like that when speaking on that. I mean, at some point, no, I was going to say at some point, hopefully I won't be amazed, but no, I don't. I always want to be amazed. It's that feeling of awe, that it just, I don't ever want that to go away. I don't think. So at any rate, what I was saying about the Conscious Conversation Central on Rumble, in the show more section of almost every video I've ever put up on this channel, at the very least, on Sassy Seer Sheila, there is a link to the Rumble channel. If you don't see the link, just go there and search Conscious Conversation Central. And there's not a great goobs of things there. I do have all the videos from when Conscious Conversation Central was still up on YouTube. Perhaps someday, oh my gosh, perhaps someday I will see about uploading them. Sacred Union is what came out of the Rumi deck. Unity and Sacred Union. Wow. So back to what I was saying before, these odd things that are happening around me right now, within me, emanating from me, more than likely is what it is. Surrendered defensiveness. I don't really feel too defensive, but hey, defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, Stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non defensive response. Well, honestly, I used to have this thing on my refrigerator that said, to listen without uh, defending and to speak without offending. Now, sometimes my ego wasn't capable of speaking without offending. And some people think that it's an offense when you speak your truth. So, that's kind of interesting to me because I don't feel like I've been offensive anyway. Oh, this is interesting. Water, ocean, star. Never had this card before. From the Alchemy Elementals deck. We'll have to see what that says for sure. What's very interesting about this is it evokes a feeling of storm and chaos. And there's been here in North Carolina a lot of rain and storm of late. So that's kind of interesting to me. One more card and then we'll get into the reading. So I'm hoping to have a conversation this evening, but of course, I just never know because the energy may not hold. I'm not the only one that's been having some really wild happenings surrounding them. And I was chatting briefly in private message with Crystal because we were having a conversation here in the house about what was going on in my field and others now field. And I had just said her name and she slides up into my private message and said, "What you doing?" And I said, "I just said your name." She said, "I felt it." And I know that she did because we agreed that we would reach out when we feel things like that. So she said she's been having a lot of interesting things going on for her as well. Oh my gosh. Initiation is what came out. I haven't been doing many of these readings. It's not an everyday occurrence anymore. And I want to say that it wasn't that long ago that, and look, I said storm, and that looks really, really very sort of gray and stormy. The crossing, and the key word is initiation. So that's very interesting to me. Along with these other two cards, who wants to be first? I think Unity actually. The first card wants to be first. Unity wants to be first. From the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud and Jessica Macbeth. I love this deck. There's a large portion of me, a multi-dimensional version of me that resides in the Fae realm, which for some reason feels interchangeable with elementals on some level. And I've always felt that way, not just what I read in the Soul's Journey. If you find yourself drawn to the Soul's Journey, which is in the playlist, which I recorded several years ago now, I think, at least a year or two ago. I think I might even speak to that in that. Okay, so the key words for this card, which is number 1, unity, union, mystical experience, spiritual home. Unity comes first and last. In between, we have the illusion of duality, which we all believe in for a very long time. This apparent duality is ultimately shown to be an illusion, but it is an illusion through which we must pass, through which we learn and grow, and then once again return to unity. You may have had mystical experiences where you have had true union with other beings or even with the unity, the one who is all. Such experiences change our lives, effectively showing us that the saying, quote, "we are all one," is not just a pious belief, but is a statement of actual fact. We are not separate, like the flowers in the field, but are one. The only way to reach this awareness is to surrender the small, everyday self to the larger spiritual self, which is unity. Experiencing full oneness with the unity is transformative. Looking at this painting, one observer notes all the power is focused in here, vast energies. It is as if that power, all that power, is looking for a place to happen. This is exactly what is going on. Unity is the energy of the cosmos, still unmanifest. Remember, I said the precursor to matter, or the pre-matter template, so to speak. Still unmanifest, still without form. Here we see the dark and the light, masculine and feminine, active and passive, and other polarities all expressed in balance, energy-filled, vibrant union. Oh, hello. Actually, this is just more of a collective and mostly for me, but anyone that felt drawn to come here generally finds something for themselves as well. I don't recognize your name, so welcome. I hope you'll stay. But I get it if you were looking for someone to give you a reading specifically. I do readings for folks if you are interested. I don't charge any money. It's a kind of situation where if you really feel drawn to me, you can reach out consciousconversationscentral@gmail.com. Highly recommend that you look at other things on the channel first, however. So, yeah, if you're interested in doing that, please give me a couple of days and times that you are free that would work best for you, and I'll see if I can fit it into my schedule. Let's see. Let's go back here to this. All that is one, and all that one is God, Goddess, is the principle expressed. From this, all else derives. This is the source from which we draw our strength, our very being. When this card comes up in a reading, it is asking us to remember the mystical concept that we are all one, unified in a holistic universe. It reminds us to look at the needs and goals we have in common with others, and to seek cooperation and community action rather than attempting to do everything on our own. To achieve our goals, we need the active cooperation of others, and to get that cooperation, we must be helpful to them and willing to work with their ideas as well as our own. It suggests that we think of things in terms of equal partnerships rather than in lines of hierarchical authority. I really see that as being part of that, what I was speaking on before I actually started reading this about how we are all one and singular, all at the same time. And the only thing that separates us is the time we've spent in these vessels, each having unique experiences that color the way we see every single thing in life. And that's true even within families, even twins who shared the same bedroom. They are not together 100% of the time, and they have experiences on their own that serve to give them a very specific perspective. Unity also tells us that we have much to gain by remembering our own wholeness. Resolution of inner conflict is often necessary before we move ahead. And personally, I would say that is the entire purpose for me, is to come to the truth of who I am. Come to the truth of who we all are, the fact that everybody on this planet has been traumatized, programmed, conditioned in various and sundry ways, and pulling all of that into wholeness, right? That's what it's paramount, to be honest. It is important at this time that we work toward cooperation and reconciliation within and without. Seek the highest good of all involved and not merely your idea of highest good. Ask for the divine energy of unity to permeate and guide you, which is always recommended. You are the only expert for you. This is especially true, Maxine, with readings, right? Just because, let's say you and I do a reading together, just because I tell you something doesn't mean I'm going to be right for you. Your own discernment has to take place, and your own intuition. And anyone who would guide you in a different direction is being very disingenuous and doesn't have our best interests at heart, in my view, if that would be the case. So I'm always amazed at how much this absolutely does look not just like the fawn, but also um, like a uterus, if you ask me, and the fallopian tubes, the whole thing. The masculine is there as well. It absolutely does seem to incorporate the all in this card. I just love that deck. And I don't know if you were here earlier, Maxime, but from my surrender deck, we got surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non defensive response. I used to be very defensive. And then I think everybody does to some degree, because we have a tendency to, I don't know, we've been told over and over and over again that we're broken and taught really not to trust ourselves from the time we're born, in a myriad of different ways. It's not like somebody sets out to teach us that, but that is what happens ostensibly. Oh, now this is very interesting. This water ocean star, it too, numerologically, is a 1. The card itself, numerologically, is a 5, but it's on page 37 of the book. So that's very interesting to me, because that's what the Unity card is a 1. So we live in a beautiful and abundant ecosystem of symbiotic interdependence. Generosity is a fundamental law of this planet. The more we give, the more life can sustain itself, which creates more life, which creates more abundance, which creates greater and greater realms of majesty in which we get to play. Yay, nature. When you give of yourself with kindness, you inspire and enrich the lives of others, as well as yourself. Giving creates a natural energetic flow that ripples out into the community and the world at large. If y'all knew what I just recorded right before I did this. Oh, wow. You'll if you come back to the channel and see. Good morning, Angela. Popping into, oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Like, you just don't even know. But if you pop back into the channel later, I haven't uploaded it yet, but I just recorded the magus and the false something or another, and it was all about just what this is talking about here. So, wow, I love it when stuff like that happens, you know? So I'm going to read this again. Every act of generosity is a way of remembering our interconnectivity and our oneness. Like the drop of rain falling from the sky, returning home to the ocean. Like the star in the sky that exists to remind us that we ourselves are made of stardust and that anything and everything is possible. Wow. I love that, man, because like I said in that recording, and this is absolutely true, my housemate's guidance said to her that the universe will provide, that the true definition of abundance is having what one needs when one needs it. Anything above or over that is actually hoarding. And that makes so much sense in such a real way. And we are so programmed in regards to scarcity, and that is so not true. It just really is not true. I don't think, anyway. And everybody's mileage is absolutely going to vary, and it really does depend on your perspective. Because there was a time, don't get me wrong, that my perspective was absolutely from a victim standpoint. I've been poor all my life. I'm on disability right now. There was a time I would have argued about that. But no more, because I realize that it's a true statement. I have been gifted by the universe, by others. The universe has provided for me through others. I don't need to seek it in the way that I don't want to. That's just not for me. The crossing, the rite of passage, initiation. You have come to stand on one side of a river. The opposite bank leads into the darkness of the eternal cave, where the old dies and then is born again. This is a place where time is forgotten, and the seasons cease their dance and stand still, as if in a temporary repose. You must cross the river now, honoring and respecting this transition, for it's time to say goodbye to your old ways of navigating your old world. Don't be afraid. You've come to the edge of the river because you are ready. You're ready to let go of what doesn't serve you and all the ways in which you've kept yourself from truly living. Intimacy requires vulnerability and truth. Can you strip away the masks and the barriers of false strength to discover what you're really made of? Step in the boat waiting for you. Let it carry you into the cave where the shadows are waiting to be illuminated so you can be born again into the world without denial or artifice. Making the crossing is a beautiful, powerful act of the highest love. In truth, we are so programmed and conditioned to be afraid of the unknown. I mean, the whole devil you know is better than the devil you don't, that kind of thing. And it's just so not true. Taking that leap of faith, I don't know. It's scary. Yes, oh, it can be, but it's so rewarding. At least it has been for me. And now our final card, which I just can't even get over. From the Rumi deck, which I haven't used the Rumi deck in some time. And it's a 1 as well. It's card number 19. Numerologically, that is a 1. That's fully 3 cards. Oh, and this one's a 9 numerologically. Oh, my word. Okay. So there is something ending and something beginning. Wow. I woke with an earworm this morning too that would seem to indicate that as well. Ah, wow. Okay. I'm not quite sure what I'm getting here, but it does. There does feel to be an in an in well, and like I said, Crystal said this last night, and I'm hoping that the energy will hold so we can have a conversation tonight, and it will take place live on New Light Streaming Love if we do it. So if you're new here and you're not subscribed over on the collaborative channel, New Light Streaming Love, and that's KNEW Light, LIGHT, Streaming Love. Please do go over there and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell if you want to know when we go live. Because there's just been so many really interesting, wild things that have surrounded me. And then when she reached out to me like she did last night, just as I said her name in conversation, she's in South Carolina, I'm in North Carolina, and she felt me talking about her. And she told me in that conversation that there's been a huge shift. She's just not real clear. And I feel the same way. And I'm not real clear about what all of that is. But we're going to get, hopefully, if the energy holds, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, I got a little bit more recording of Jason's work to do. I got to get them uploaded, get the thumbnails done. And then I'm going to be taking a little rest and meditation and whatnot so that I can be prepared should the energy hold and she be available as well. But please remember, she is also recovering from spinal surgery. And the doctors have taken her out of work for another 9 weeks. And so there is if you go to www.newlightstreaming.love, you'll find all the things that Crystal offers. She's unable to go to her regular job, and she's a single mama. If you would like to assist her and you're not sure how to do so, Or if you would like a reading with me and you're willing to give a donation to her, you can hit me up at consciousconversationcentral@gmail.com and we can talk about how to do that. That would really help her out. So, at any rate, let's talk about this now. Sacred Union is the name of this card. It's from my Rumi Oracle. Only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in this world is momentary. Rumi. Stupefied with bliss, I become without thought. There is no grief in that loss. I gladly surrender my intelligence in favor of this mindlessness. It is ecstasy, rapture. The sweetness of the union is so sacred, it overwhelms my senses. My lover and the beloved are my world. Nothing else exists except this love, this unity. Of divine, masculine, and feminine, the fresh new universe that shall be born from their sacred conjoining. It happens even now between my body and my spirit, and in yours, and in his over there, and that woman passing by, all creation in sacred, rapturous embrace. Oh my God, I want to bawl, y'all. Because it's so true. So shocking and wild, this frenzy of loving delight without limits. Let us be swept away, my beloved, in the passionate loving that renders duality into one and tips the mind into empty ecstasy. I love this deck. You, lucky angel, you are to be blessed with sacred union. This union is of the lover and the beloved, the masculine and the feminine. That which appears to be opposite will no longer appear to be so. There is a coming together that is destined and divine. You are to be swept up in a wave of such love. Oh my. This oracle comes to you as a portent, a sign of that which is to come, and also as a confirmation of your spiritual journey thus far. You have been working to integrate masculine and feminine energies within, and I have, because I'm telling y'all, I know with all of me that I've been so much in my masculine, and most females my age and younger, I'm 63, have been, because we thought we had to be, especially if you were a single mom, because you had to be it all, you thought. And it's been so confusing to the males. Don't misunderstand that at all. It's been so confusing to the men of this planet. I see that very clearly. Having raised a male child, I can tell you it's very confusing to them. Oh, wow. Oh, perhaps you have not used those words, but you have been attempting to find a balance between living a surrendered life and leading from the heart, and then knowing when to take the initiative to set something in motion, when to put your body, mind, and soul into getting your shoulder behind something to push. Yes, that's very true. You've been working hard to surrender attachment to plans, yes, and how you think things should go. Boy, that's one of the hardest things I've ever done, because with these channels being taken down at every turn that I have, I've not known what to do, because it's not about making money for me. It never was. Wow. Instead, you have intended to show it up for what it is, to seek out the genius of life through unconditional acceptance instead of judging and fearing, resisting what is as though it were a big mistake. Because perhaps caused by ignorance within. No, you do not seek to hide from love anymore. No, I don't. You have been learning step by step how to embrace it and allow it to embrace you. What a journey you are taking, beautiful, lucky angel. If you've been drawn here today of all days, there's a reason. Wow. So your confirmation is thus: you are growing, you are evolving, you are making genuine shifts in consciousness that are allowing you to change the way you are in the world. And that's so true. I have. And I know that some of you have as well. To become freer, more loving, wilder, more divine. The divine has been seducing you with love and beauty, and now in your surrendered state, you are seducing the divine. You are calling such passionate devotion to your cause, such clever and capable assistance, such graceful intervention. The divine cannot resist your beauty. So keep going with that sacred surrender. Keep believing in the inner healing path you are traveling with such success. Accept this confirmation and acknowledgement close to your heart and keep traveling along your path of love. Keep this knowledge in your heart. You are meeting your beloved. What could be more exciting? The sign coming to you with this oracle is that of great love bestowed by the hand of grace. Hold on a second. I'm snotting right on camera again. Hold on. Hello, Miss S. She said, I've been very much been in masculine energy. However, two ex-husbands who relied on me to do it all and offered little support. We'll do that. I'm trying to soften and get more balance. Now I'm single. See, now I totally get it. That's just what I said probably before you got here. What this means is there is destiny at play in matters of the heart. There is heart healing and a letting go of past obstructions, suffering, or misunderstandings. You could say, in a way, that the great cosmic matchmaker has taken up your cause. If you are already in a relationship, expect that there will be healing of that relationship in whatever way needed. I started this whole thing out by saying that I was feeling someone in my field who's been dancing around in my field, not knowing if they could contact me. If you weren't here, go back and look at the replay later. You'll see. Before I ever drew this card, which I'm not in a relationship at all, and I'm not really interested in one, but I just find this very interesting. You may have no sense of how it is going to play out. It may result in a deepening of commitment to your lover, but it will certainly result in a deepening of your own commitment to love. If you are open to attracting a new and significant relationship into your life, perhaps a life partner, soul friend, or other supporter of your life journey, which I always have been, by the way, I just know that my relationship with me has to come first, because at 50 something years old, I realized that I didn't even know who the hell I was. How could I present myself to anybody else? If you don't know who you are, how you expect somebody else to figure out who you are and maybe whether or not they want to have a relationship with you? I mean, come on now. That's a real thing that all too many people on this planet have. They don't even know who the hell they are. Not really. In my view, that's, again, your individual mileage is absolutely going to vary, and maybe you do know exactly who you are. I know I didn't. That's all I know. Ah, then the divine is hearing your call and is answering. Let go of your grip. Do not hold on to a particular person, to a particular fear or fantasy. Instead, open your arms as if expecting your lover to run straight into them. For what could be more perfect than the divinely sanctioned relationship entering into your life? It will move you. It is likely through romance, but it could be through soul satisfying partnership. The soul for whom you have been waiting, so your life path and heart inspired work can continue to develop. It could be through the presence of a child, or even a coming together of your own inner masculine and feminine, so that you finally have a clear sense of your purpose in life and the means through which to take action on it, even if that action is to surrender yet again. This oracle also comes with a particular piece of guidance for you. No matter what has been, what has succeeded, and what has appeared to fail, what has been loved and what has been lost, there is only one truth that will prevail in your life without failure, without exception, and that is love. It is all you are truly seeking, and it is behind every life experience seeking you. Do not stand back from it. Do not put yourself aside, turn down your eyes, and pretend you cannot be seen by the world. Be bold. Claim the love that is your divine birthright, and know that sacred union is yours, destined in the heavens and blessed by the great beloved. Wow. Okay. Boy, I can't hardly even stand it for today. Miss S said, wow, 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 I needed this today. Thank you. I have someone in my energy field too, however, I'm still in a softening stage. I'm living on myself, finding myself. No, I listen. That is so. And Angela said, same here, girls. Well, the truth of it is, like I said, when my marriage of 28 and a half years broke up in 2017, and my inner guidance in 2018 or 2019, one of the two, I can't remember which one now, had me signing up to a dating site. I was like, are you joking me? Come on. What is with this? But I promised to follow all my nudges. And I realized at that point that it was not so that I would find someone. No, I was learning more about me. I was learning more about me, what I like, what I don't like, what I want. And it had nothing at all to do with anyone else but me. And that is when I realized all of us on this planet, and this bar no one, don't really know who and what we are. So then we get out here thinking that, oh, we're supposed to find our other half. And we put ourselves out. I have my grandmother's voice in my head. You can't be this, you can't be that. You'll never attract a man. Don't be yourself, because you ain't never going to attract a man like that, Sheila. Now, tell me there ain't a few of you out there that didn't get that too. So if we don't show up as to who we are, why would we expect that relationship to work when we finally do show up as who we are? We were lying to them the whole goddamn time until right before the very end, when we slipped and forgot and became ourselves. Once I saw that, I was like, crap, I don't even know who I am. How in the world would I expect anybody that wants to date me to even, because if I don't know who I am, I don't know how to present myself. I mean, I'm sorry, but the levity, just the absolute Looney Tunesness of that just floored me. So at any rate, I hope that if you were drawn here, you got something out of this for yourself. God knows I sure did. I was a chronic people pleaser and betrayed myself for years. Well, honey, there's a lot of that. I know several people like that too. I was a big know-it-all, man. I thought I knew everything and I was going to tell you how to live your life. And some people may think that's what I'm doing up here now. No, this is me looking at me. Y'all just happen to wander into my bedroom and you're sitting out on the other side of that mirror right there. That's all. That is all this is, and all it has ever been for me. So at any rate, I hope this was helpful for some of you. And because I know it sure was for me. It explains an awful lot. And like I said, if you go back and listen to the whole thing, man, from beginning to end, and when you hear the Magus, one of Jason's writings that I just recorded this morning, I don't know, the synchronicities just are abounding around me right now. So it's very interesting. Yes, very helpful. I love your channel. I love you. Oh, thank you so much. Miss S, that's Sovereign Sarah, right? Am I right or no? Because it's a different name and I wanted to be sure that I had the right person. Are you going to join us for our book club? I don't know if that was you or someone else. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, there is a video on the channel about the Celestine Prophecy book club. And although it says that there was a cutoff date, I'm not cutting it off. I am still, if you're really interested, reach out, because you could still, okay, great. You are Sovereign Sarah. Okay. You could still join if you want to. I'm planning on meeting Monday, September 1st. Caroline Gordon, I hope I did email you, right? I emailed you some stuff, yes? Or did I not? If I don't have if you haven't gotten your blueprint yet, please know it's forthcoming. If you did get your blueprint, let me know when you're available and give me a couple of days, including your time zone, and we'll try to get you on my schedule to go over that if you wanted to. And if not, just know yours is forthcoming. Oh, you did. Is that a yes? You did get it? Okay. All right. So, Miss S, let me just tell you so in case I don't email you. Join me 11. No, wait a minute. Sorry. No, I'm going to email you. I've got it. I've got it to do. I just haven't done it. Yes, I'm talking to Caroline about a blueprint, but I was talking to you, Miss S, about the book club. So, okay, so she did get it. Okay, great. Well, just let me know if and when you wanted to go over that. And just know that sometimes that takes a little while. So make sure you have a little bit of time if you want to do that. Okay, so I will tell y'all this too now because I did say it earlier. Because I just got this news about Crystal last night, that she has now also been put out of work for another 9 weeks. She tried to get everything taken care of before the surgery, but now she was expecting to be able to go to work the first 9 weeks, after the first 9 weeks, and they put her out. The doctor said she could go back, but she can't lift but so much weight. Well, they won't let her come back to work until she's fully released from the doctor, with no limitations, no restrictions. So if you would like to trade with me a lovely exchange of money for anything that I do, reach out to me. So to donate to her, to help her take care of her children, hit me up for that. I did do a GoFundMe page, but there's not been very much activity on that at all. So she also has a lot of designs for sale. So if you find you need a gift of some sort, go to www.new, KNEW, LIGHT, streaming.love. Who knew you could have a website .love and not .com? I figured that out. I love it that we could. And take a look at I believe she still has it listed as Journey into It. And you'll see everything she has to offer there. Because she is quite the artist. And she also has, through Bonfire, some of her light language designs, which some of them look like these. This is the deck she created. But she has a lot of designs there that you can get on teas and things like that. So that would be very helpful if you found yourself in need of a gift for someone, that you could help support her. And right now, while she's still recovering. So, and if you're not subscribed over there at New Light Streaming Love, please go over and do that, because if she is up for it this evening, and if I can stay up for it, I'm hoping to do a live tonight so we can chat about all these different things that have been going on, because there was an awful lot of synchronicity that was happening earlier today. So until we meet again, my friends, I hope that you will move towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. It is just a matter of your perspective, your perception of that perspective. And if you are not feeling joy, maybe back up, give yourself a few moments, see if you can look at it from a different angle, different perspective, because there's always more than one way to view a thing, to think about a thing. And I know for myself, I was so rigid for so long